You're welcome back to this tutorial, which is how to draft and cut a three-part corset with a pointy mouth or pointy shape, as you can see here. So we are going to be learning how to draft and also how to cut it, guys. If you're a beginner, you might find this a little bit confused, but if you're a beginner that is very smart and understandable, you can be able to understand this. If you're interested, guys, just keep watching. I have my pattern paper here, and you can see that it's not on fold. I'll start by putting my shoulder divided by 2. I'm going to go ahead and mark. The reason I'm marking this shoulder is because for us not to be confused, okay, I'll mark my shoulder to bust, shoulder to under bust, shoulder to waist, and to the full length of this blouse. Like I said before, I am marking everything out, both including the shoulder, because I wouldn't want us to be confused on this corset, because I wanted to recreate the exact picture that we have here. If you watch, that picture does not have any shoulder, but I am putting down the shoulder for us not to get confused. Now from the bust point, I'll mark 2 inches up to get my chest line. I'll rule it out like this. Now, having done that, I'm going to be marking our neck line of 3 by 3 inches, which I'm not going to be making use of for now. I'll just curve it out to avoid confusion. Now I'm going to be marking out our armhole line. Then from there I'll curve the shoulder slope. After that, I'm going to curve out our armhole shape. Like I said before, guys, this is a advanced student class. It's an advanced class, please. But if you're a beginner that is easily to understand something, you can be able to understand my teaching. My teaching is very, very simple and very, very understandable. Okay, now from the chest line, I'm going to divide my bust span divide by 2. I'll mark it down from the chest line down to the blouse length, and I'm going to rule it out like this. Having done that, I'll label the chest line, the bust point, under bust, waist, and also the blouse length. Now from the under bust, I'm going to be taking out 1.5 inch at the both side. That is 3 inches. I took out 3 inches on the under bust. Then from the hemming part on the bust, on the hemming part, I took out 1 inch at the both side. I'll connect all the lines like this. Now after doing that, I'm going to place my curvy ruler and curve it out from the under bust to the bust point to give us that curvy bust shape. Now this is a pointy corset shape. To get our pointy shape, I'm going to first of all get the neck depth. You know, it's a deep neckline. So from the shoulder, I'm going to come down by 9 inches. You can come down with 10 inches, but I'm coming down by 9 inches. I'll just mark. From the place I came down with 9 inches, I'm going to come in again with half an inch and mark. Okay, I am trying to get that pointy corset mouth look. From the shoulder, the armhole area, I'm going to come down with 4 inches at the armhole area. Remember, just look the way I place my tape. I came down with 4 inches at the armhole area. Now you can be able to determine how curvy you want that your pointy look or corset to be. If you want it to be straight, you can connect it straight. If you want it curvy, you can connect it curvy. Make sure that it has that pointy mouth. Now I'm going to place my curvy ruler from the place I came down with 9 inches to the place I went up. I came down with 4 inches on the armhole area. You can see how the line looks. So I am going to place my curvy ruler like this and curve out the first cup corset like so. Now coming to the second cup, I will put my nipple to nipple measurement divided by 2, 4. I'm going to mark it there. Then I'll bring my curvy ruler, placing it, making sure that it's on the point I mark out 4 inches, then to the under bust. So I'm going to first of all connect it from that bust point down to the under bust area. Then I'll take it straight to meet to the 4 inches I came down at the armhole. Hope you understand this. You can see the way I'm doing it. Then I'm going to connect it straight up to meet to the 4 inches I came down on the armhole. Use your curvy ruler, please. So you can see the way it is. And like if you see the way that it's there is a little bit distance from the armhole to the curve point, to the cup point. There's no need for us to panic there, okay? There's a big distance from there. If you want to add your sleeve, you can go ahead and add your sleeve. Now I'm going to be dividing my bust measurement divided by 2 plus my seam allowance. Under bust divide by 4 plus seam allowance. I'll be putting back the dart intake I took at the under bust. Then same thing goes to the waist, divide by 4 plus seam allowance, and I'll put back the dart intake. Then coming to the blouse length, I'm going to divide my hip measurement by 4 plus seam allowance and dart intake. After doing that, I'm going to go ahead and connect. Now remember, this corset is a 3-part corset. Like I said before, I am recreating the exact thing that was on the picture. It's a 3-part corset, okay, with a pointy mouth. So to get our 3-part corset, this is what I'm going to do. From the bust point at the nipple to nipple center point, I'm going to go up with 1 inch like this. I'll use my pencil and mark. Then coming to this center front at the same bust point, I'll come down with half an inch here. Yeah. Coming to this side part and the bust point, I'll still come down with half an inch. I am doing this inside that cup. Okay. Now I'm going to place my curvy ruler to meet to the 1 inch I went up on the center of that cup, down to the half inch I came down to that same cup like this. I'll connect from the half inch, just go up to meet to the 1 inch. I'll connect this side and I'll also carve out this side as well. Then after doing that, I'm going to use my marker to outline it for us to see it clearly. I am marking out my 3-part corset. Please, this is the way I normally mark out my 3-part corset if it is this type of shape. We have this different shape for 3 parts of corset. If it is this type of shape, you can go ahead and do it the way you normally do your 3-part corset. If you know the way you do your 3-part corset, go ahead and do that. But this is the way I do my own if it is this particular type. Alright. So I'll use my red marker to outline it for us to see the way it looks like. And you can see that the corset pointy mouth has now come out. And if you watch closely, you will see that the pointy mouth is close to the armhole area. There is no need to panic there. I'll label my number 1, number 2, and number 3 parts corset. So there is no need to panic while the corset is close to the armhole area, the upper side, because it's going to make that armhole area not to be too exposed, like too open. It will cover that part, okay. Then this down part of the armhole area, there's a big distance from there. If you want to attach your sleeve, you can go ahead and attach your sleeve there. Now I am trying to make a little curvy shape at the mouth of this upper side of this corset. I am trying to curve it out a little bit. If you watch the picture we are recreating, there's a little curvy look at this upper part of the corset, and that is what I am trying to curve out a little bit. It's not gonna be too visible. So if you know what you want the shape of your corset upper part to look, you can go ahead and do that. I am just trying to curve it out a little bit at this upper part here. After doing that, I'm going to connect it straight up. It's still going to give me that pointy shape look. So I'm going to label the yoke, and you can see there's a little big distance from the armhole area to the cup side, which if you wanted to add your sleeve is not going to affect your sleeve. Now this particular place I'm shading will be the place I'm going to be cutting out. I'm going to make sure that my number one is very visible. Now the next thing I'm going to do right now is to come to the side part here, go up with 1.5. You can also go up with 2 inches to curve it out, connecting it to meet to the front part. This is to avoid a pointy shape while sewing your fabric. Now I'm going to cut it out. So now you can see that this is very easy. Even a beginners will understand this my tutorial. Okay, it's very easy and simple to understand. So I'm going to cut out the yoke and keep it aside, but I will not be making use of yoke. In case you wanted to put yoke to your own, you can also go ahead and add yoke to your own. Okay, now I will start cutting this that leg out. As you can see here, I'll cut out the center front and keep it aside. I'll cut out the 3 parts corset out. So guys, this is it. This is what we have. We have our number 1, number 2, and number 3 corsets here. So I'll label the center front and also the side front for me not to be confused. And while cutting it on your fabric, please make sure you cut it 2 and also notch to know where is the upper part of the corset and also the down part of the corset to avoid confusion, please. Okay, now if you want to add extra boning channel, you can go ahead. You can see what I am doing there, and you can go ahead, snatch your waist, add your extra boning channel. I am going to explain more about how to snatch a waist on the back side because I don't want to. If I start explaining about snatching of a waist, it's going to be very long. I have a tutorial on how to snatch a corset here. You can go ahead and watch it. Okay, so this place you saw me folded up is the place the boning channel is going to be if you want to add boning on this corset. Yes, if of course you are going to add a boning to it. Now this is what our corset looks like, the 3-part corset and the pointy look. I have gone ahead to curve it out, fold it up. You can see that our corset is looking very beautiful. Now this is the back, and I want the back of the down part. How am I going to put it? The neck depth of the back to be very deep, not that too deep, guys. I'm just going to remove only 9 inches from the back depth. So I will deduct 9 inches and I will just place my tape like this to mark my shoulder to bust, which is here, shoulder to underbust, shoulder to waist, and to the full length. And let me remind you something. Whenever I'm making my corset, at the back measurement, I normally add my underbust line there. Okay, it's always work for me. If you know how you draft your corset, just go ahead and put it there. But I assure you that this will help your corset to give you more fitting. Now, having marked that, I'm going to put my nipple to nipple measurement divide by 2. I'll mark, then rule it out. I am going to be just drafting our normal dart leg. Now this is how you are going to shape your corset. If you remove, like, if it is 1.5 inches, if it is 3 inches removed from your waist, divide it by 2, 1.5. Use that 1.5 to create a dart on the front while drafting the front, and use the remaining 1.5 to create a dart at the back. Now let me explain better. Look at the dart that I am creating right now. On the waistline, I took out half inch at the both side, and I just connect it diagonally, making 1 inch. Remember that I divided it into three, into 2. 3 inches divided by 2, 1.5. I have now taken out 1 inch from this side. Okay, then after doing that, I will still take out extra half inch that is remaining. That is how to snatch your waist using your darts. Okay, so I am just putting my measurements, my bust measurements, waist measurements, under bust measurements, including my seam allowance and the dart intake. That is what I am just doing now. I'm just explaining later on how to snatch a waist while making your corset. Now I am going to just go ahead and connect my shape like this. So the remaining half an inch, I am going to divide it on this center part, on that side part. Okay, but before I do that, I'll be marking out 1 inch on this center back for my lacing. I will remove 1 inch, and remember I did not add any zipper allowance to this, and upon that I went ahead to remove 1 inch for my looping. So this is where the lesson is going to be, because this is going to be having a lesson. I'm just marking out where the lesson is going to be for my loop. Okay, now on this waist area, remember the snatching is, we have half inch to take out. I will divide that half inch at the midpoint of this waistline. I will divide the half inch, whatever I have on the half inch, I'll just divide it, mark it on the both side here. I got the midpoint of the waistline, rule it out like this. I will just divide that half inch I have by 2. Okay, if it is 0.2, you mark 0.2 on the both side and create your dart. I now have number 1, number 2, and number 3, and that is how the boning channel is going to be. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. So you can see that the back is very simple. On the side part, I'm going to go up with 1.5 inches and curve it, give it a curvy shape. Then I will cut it out and continue cutting it. Please, while cutting this on your fabric, make sure you fold your fabric up and place this and cut out. And don't forget to notch the down part of your corset, the place that is supposed to be for the center and also for the side corset. Okay, for the side part. And this is our back. Let me just label the center back, middle back, and also side back. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.